Yes! Get in there, Villa fans. Get in. Massive, massive monster of a 3 points from Aston Villa in this game. I've been hit with a 5-year-old in here creating Christmas spirit. That's why the Christmas vibes are up in here already. We have Unai, the star on top of the tree, and the halftime team talk is that star. He is the guy. He's what changed this game in Aston Villa's favour. But I do want to say rest in peace to Terry Venables, and English footballing legend, with England, Euro 96, and everything that he's done for the game in English football and abroad. So I just thought I'd pay my respects to Terry Venables. But Aston Villa are in the top 4 of the Premier League. We are in the top 4. Get in! Come on! So, if you are buzzing about this result like I am, make sure you smash a like on this video. Let's go for 1,000 likes. And if you are new, hit subscribe. Do me a favour. Help me out and just smash the subscribe button and get on the journey with us. But relief, excitement, a sense of pride in the end, and just, an overriding, exciting emotion coming from playing that game today in a very, very difficult environment indeed. 2 halves for me, a game of 2 halves. The second half performance is Aston Villa, and that is how we should be playing away from home. Second half, we were absolutely brilliant. First half, we were absolutely tragic. And, for us to analyse the game, you've kind of got to be fair, and you've got to look at it from 2 sides. And I just felt in that second half, we were brilliant. We stepped up. We did what we needed to do, and we showed what we were all about. But yeah, my overriding emotion to start with, looking at this now, is that I'm just absolutely buzzing to get the 3 points, buzzing to be in the top 4, buzzing to look at this table now and go above Spurs in this table as well. So Aston Villa currently sitting on 28 points, 2 points above Spurs, a point behind Liverpool, 2 points behind City, and then a couple behind Arsenal. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's a huge, huge result, and something that I've said for a long time about Villa now. Regular viewers will have heard me say this phrase, but play crap and win. That's something that Villa have never done before. All in my lifetime, we've walked out of Villa Park having battered teams and lost, and now we're starting to see the other side to it, and just dig in and grind out results and take your chances when you get them. And I think we did do that. But we've got to go back to the start of the game. Then let's give an honest match reaction then. So one change, Carlos in for Tielemans, and it was the 3 centre halves at the back. You'd got Pau, Konsa and Carlos. You've got Matty Cash in midfield. Same formation as normal, but it just means that Cash should go further forward. And within the first minute, I thought, okay, we look all right here. McGinn had got and had rolled Royale. Cash had had that chance where it bounced off his chest. And then I was like, okay, we've started okay here. And then the game in the first half, we were just so off it. We were poor. We were lethargic. There was no press. And I've got some things written down here. And this is the first 12 minutes. So we've got a Doji through. That was when he beat the high line and he fired it over. Kulusevski done Pau Torres. He hit the post. We've got Pau Torres' free header that he missed. We've got the Gill chance from the flick. We were getting runners coming through us. We weren't tracking any runners. Son fired over in an offside position. And we just got no pressure on the ball whatsoever. We were playing poor passes. We weren't brave enough. We were being we were sort of selling our teammates short. We were passing to teammates when they were massively under pressure, and I think Spurs and I think Ange for the first 40 minutes absolutely done a job on Aston Villa and Unai Emery. They were all over us. They were like a swarm of bees just swarming over Aston Villa. We got no out ball. We'd got no press from the front. Watkins and Diaby were poor in the press. We'd got Matty Cash on that right-hand side that looked like a rabbit in the headlights. He was so poor. There was just no pressure on any ball carrier. And then Lo Celso scored with that absolute great strike that swerved past Martinez. And then we went down the other end of the pitch and scored with Watkins. Offside, but it just was just so weird that we'd been so poor and we conceded and then we scored that offside goal. There was a challenge on Bentancur from Matty Cash. He got his yellow. And then Diaby got in a bit of space first half and he just was off it. And, you know, first half we were way off it. And especially in that first half when you really wanted a reaction from us from the game that we saw against Forest. And Emery had obviously changed the system to go back with the three central defenders. And it really just didn't work. But I think you kind of have got to give credit to Spurs on the way that they pressed us in the first half. You'd got Adoji and Porro. We showed you in the match preview and the predicted lineup this week how they would be so advanced. And we just couldn't live with them. But what I will say about that first half is that we've got to press better from the front. The press has to be better. The press from the front will then help the high line. So balls over the top won't be so easy. But it just felt like a Spurs player would pick up the ball. He'd look up. He'd have so much time to just go, where do I want to put this? Run out on the right-hand side. I'll pop it to you. I'll pop it. And that was just something that, you know, I really picked up on. And it was all game as well. That ball into the half space we really struggled with. Those little slide-through balls from defence to midfield. We struggled with that, especially in the first half. But then, an absolute hurler of a ball from Douglas Luiz to the head of Pau Torres. Boom! 1-1. Getting half-time, 1-1. And I was just like, forget that first half now. Forget about it. Our match starts now at half-time. Aston Villa's performance against Spurs started at half-time. They could take their chances for whatever reason. We got in there half-time at 1-1 and I just felt more comfortable. I felt like Emery was going to go in on them. He was going to fine-tune the plan. We took off Cash for Tielemans. We took off Diaby for Bailey. And then the game just started to go the way that we know it needs to go away from home. We were more composed. We were just, the shape was so much better. We were dynamic on the counter. We'd got pace. We were picking up the ball in midfield, in space. And I just felt like second half, it started to open up for us and we started to find those little pockets of what we've seen, you know, even in games at home when we've conceded and we start playing on the counter and then we start being dynamic. I thought when Tielemans came on, and Tielemans for me had an absolute brilliant game. Tielemans changed the game in Villa's favour. Tielemans went up alongside Watkins, so he didn't go out wide and be where Bailey normally is or where Cash was. It was something that we saw in the Alkmaar game. So you can see that the European games are helping us because when Unai's saying, I'm trying different things, we've seen this before in Alkmaar. We've seen how good Tielemans can be when he's deployed in that sort of like second striker and he drops into midfield as well. So Tielemans for me, Son had a header. Bailey then had a chance where he hit the post and it went off Vicario and it sort of gathered it. And if that was Villa, that goes in the back of the net. I don't care what you're saying. If that was down the other end, it's off the back of Martinez's head and it's gone in goal. And then more beauty from Aston Villa. Watkins sliding through, one touch, bang, goal, get in, 2-1 to Aston Villa. And that is what I'm talking about, that dynamic damage that we can do. dynamic damage when's needed. We've got Watkins with another glancing header. Then, who do we need at the other end of the pitch? Where have we seen that shot save before? Emi Martinez, World Cup, spreads his legs and he saves it off. I think it was Johnson. He then makes another world-class save off Højbjerg. Watkins then has another glancing header. Son scores an offside goal. Done and dusted. Villa are in the top four and we are absolutely cooking, Villa fans. Absolutely cooking. And, you know, we could be critical of the first half. I think we should be critical of the first half, but we will learn from it. But what do all good teams do? They bounce back and they have the belief and they show the right characteristics. No good team will go 38 games a season and play swashbuckling football for 38 games. There are times when you're under the cosh, you're not playing that great, but you have to grind the results out. You have to do it. We only played bad for 45 minutes and we've ended up winning that game. That says a lot for me about the character of this team, and it's absolutely impeccable. Impeccable. Good teams find a way to win, and that is what we have done today in a very difficult place against a very good team. It doesn't matter whether they've got players out. We were saying that, okay, this player's out, that player's out, and that's fair enough, but that gives you no given right to win a football match. You're not expected to win just because the team's got injuries. Top teams who are coached very, very well find a way to play well. We are coached by a very good manager, and so are Spurs. And these different teams that are coached by real top coaches, they find a way to play well anyway. Yes, we've probably had to ride our luck a little bit today. Who cares? Get the points and go back to B6 with 3 points. And that is the nature of what we're in. It doesn't matter sometimes how you play. It's about just getting the points. No one will look back at the end of the season and think, oh, you know, Spurs was only all right, weren't it? We played all right second half. We got 3 points. It doesn't matter. We've got to just keep going. And I've said that there's going to become times where we have to get a result that will give us that momentum to go into tougher games with more belief. And this is one of those results. This win today will do so much for this squad moving forward into those difficult games that we've got coming up as well. Bournemouth is going to be a very, very difficult game as well. But this was a massive game for Aston Villa to win today. It was huge, absolutely huge for us to win. And I'm just buzzing, man. I'm just so happy that we found a way to win. That's the most important part, is that the team stuck together. The players that came on at half-time as well just did massive things, like Tielemans, massive. Martinez stepped up when was needed. Watkins buries his chance when he got it. So important. So important. I saw the team grinding that game out in that second half, fighting for each other. The organisation was there, and we just did it, man. And I'm absolutely fucking buzzing about it. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. And it's going to give us so much belief going forward that we've been able to go there and beat Spurs again. You know, we've done them again. And they'll be bitterly frustrated that they've probably not got something from this game. But who cares? Who cares? Like, the high line worked a treat at times. The amount of times that they were offside. So many times they were offside. Carlos was a beast at the back. Pau Torres was just insane. Absolutely insane. I thought Luca Dean defended really, really well as well. Luca Dean defended so well today. Absolutely buzzing, Villa fans. We're in the top 4. We're right there now. Enjoy it, Villa fans, because this is massive for us. Massive. So if you are buzzing like me, make sure you smash the like. I want over 1,000 likes on this video. I want you all to subscribe to this channel as well. And Big up Georgie, the Christmas decorator in the pod room. We got Unai on the tree. Unai's the start. Claret and blue tinsel galore. Shout out to Georgie. Up the Villa. Massive 3 points. Come on.